Cajun Cardboard, coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with mail day number 41. This is going to be concise. It's only 4 cards and it's only goats. And there's 4 goats included, but it's a trick question. I've got 3 big-time Michael Jeffrey Jordan cards in gem mint condition, and then I've got a very, very unique Magic and Bird card that I didn't even know existed, but when I first saw the card, I knew I had to pounce on it in the PWCC Weekly number 36 auction. So here we go. I'm not going to waste any time. Also, for those of you who aren't familiar, if you've been watching my channel and you didn't catch the news, I've actually also affiliated with the Luka Nation Network. And so my PWCC recaps from those auctions every Monday will be airing on the Luka Nation Network. If you haven't subscribed over there and you like the stuff that I'm putting out, please go subscribe to the Luka Nation Network. Also, the Explore the Card videos that I do, taking a deep dive and a deep detailed look into the Michael Jordan inserts and parallels of the 80s and 90s. Those will also air on the Luka Nation Network on every Friday. In addition, I'll be sprinkling in 1, sometimes 2 more videos. So anywhere from 3 to 4 videos on the Luka Nation Network. And those are very popular on all the Spotify and podcast platforms, but also YouTube as well. So make sure you subscribe to that channel on YouTube as well. You'll keep getting some of this more personal, more personalized content here on my Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel as always. So don't change anything as far as that goes. Just go ahead and add the Luka Nation Network into your rotation. Anyway, enough talk. Here we go. Let me get you picture in picture over here on my PWCC vault. The first one is a whale. It's a monster. It is the 1997 Metal Universe Championship hardware card. As you guys know, I prioritize the inserts and parallels from the 1997 and 1998 Metal Universe set. For whatever reason, those are the ones that I've gravitated to and that I like the most. There's a bevy of inserts and parallels from those 2 sets that just absolutely, for me, are meaningful and eye-popping. This one is no exception. Love this card featuring Jordan in his red uniform. Clearly the most intense face you've ever seen from the greatest to ever do it. This is the Metal Universe Championship hardware insert. It's a minimum gem, which makes it a pretty rare piece. You can see on the back of the card as well. I don't know what else there is to say about it. Who else do you want taking the last second shot with an NBA title on the line? Time and time again, Jordan has proven to be the biggest clutch performer of all time. His presence alone could spell another NBA crown. How fortuitous. I've got it pulled up in Card Ladder because I was really happy with my price. This is me. I've picked this card up on Golden Auctions. As you guys know, primarily I'm buying my bigger Jordan cards on PWCC's platform, whether it be in the weekly or the premier auction, because that's what I'm familiar with. And it's an instantaneous transfer over to my PWCC vault. But I had to pick this card up and the card you're about to see next, which is an even bigger card. I had to pick those up on Golden because when Jim Jordans show up, that just don't show up very often, you've got to grab the stinking card when you can. So as you can see, the last time this card sold was over a decade ago, February of 2012, and it sold for a measly $1,000 on PWCC. So the first time this card has sold in a decade, that's my purchase that you see on your screen for $8,705. As you can see, when we pull up the Card Ladder graph, there just really isn't one. If you hit all time, you can pull in some other comps, but how funny is it and how much do we wish we had a Cajun time machine to go back to 2007 or even 2012 for that matter and pick this bad boy up for $1,000. This is a Pop 6 card in 9.5. In PSA 10, it's a Pop 11. So you're talking about a combined 17 gem mint copies of this card. For that reason, I had to go get it. And the opportunity was there, and I pounced on it with Golden Auctions. To Golden's credit, everything was smooth. I sent the wire. They shipped the card straight to my PWCC vault the next day, and smooth sailing. The cards are now both safely nestled in my PWCC vault, and there it is right there. So happy to have that as part of my collection. That's a really big step forward and a really big pickup for me because you guys know how I feel about Metal Universe. Card number 2 on the list. It gets bigger, right? And this is the whale. This is the real big one. Card I've been chasing for quite a bit here. It just doesn't show up in gem mint condition very often, and you guys know I'm a grade snob. I'm the first one to admit it. It needs to be PSA, it needs to be BGS, and it needs to be a gem mint copy. Everybody's got their opinions on that. That's just me, and that's the way I do it. I'm not out here telling everybody that there's not PSA 9s that are better, cleaner copies than this 9.5. It's just the obsessive nature of the way that I collect. I've got to have consistency, and so those are the two grades that I've settled on when possible. Obviously, some cards I can't get in those grades, but when I can, I get them. Minimum gem copy, a 9 for corners, and albeit, look, there's a lot of corners on this card, as you can see by the way that it's diamond cut. This is the Diamond Dimensions parallel, so it's hand serial numbered 52 out of 100. Hand serial numbered numerator, stamp serial numbered, tiny little stamp serial numbered denominator of 100, as you can see right there. I am super thrilled to get this card, as color match gets. On the back of the card, you can see Jordan in his typical hands on the shorts pose, pretending that he's tired, but we know he never got tired. This Diamond Dimensions is a monster pickup for me. Probably a top 25 Jordan insert on my overall list for the cards that I'm particularly looking for, right? I'm always in inserts over a parallel guy, and this is a parallel insert. So big pickup for me from 1997 Upper Deck right there. This is a Pop 13 card, and I've got it pulled up on Card Ladder as well. It doesn't sell often enough to be in the Card Ladder database even. So I've got it pulled up in sales history here. The last one, this is mine right here at 18,000. The last two before that were 30,000 and 31,200. One on eBay from Buy Nice Cards, which is our good friend Eric, and then Golden Auctions sold another one for $31,200. That was serial number 7 out of 100, BGS 9.5 for 31.2 back in April of 2021. So 31.2, 30,000, and I picked mine up for 18,000. Again, you can talk about the recession and Joe Biden and crypto and stocks and the world's ending and everything's going down. I'm trying to have as much fun as I can in the hobby. This is a card that I probably would not have purchased at $31,000 or $30,000. I'll be honest with you, I did not expect to pick this card up for $18,000. I think a lot of the Jordan collectors that are in my MJ group chat, who are much more accomplished and much more experienced than me, they were also pretty surprised that I picked it up for this price. Sort of shocking. So happy to get it, and happy to add it to my collection. That is a very big one for me. So really happy to add that to my collection. And I keep saying that, sorry, I know that's kind of cliche. And then next is a little guy, right? So I paid $276 for this, and I was really happy about that. I didn't think I was gonna get it. I put in a relatively low bid. I think I got this card in the PWCC Weekly Auction number 36. And so paid immediately, and it was in my vault seconds later. So won this card on a Sunday night. It was in my vault on a Sunday night. And it's not your typical Topps base Jordan PSA 10, which are normally very, very high pop. I've got it pulled up here. I want to show you. This is card number 77. There is an O-Pee-Chee parallel, which is crazy rare, especially in PSA 10 Pop 1. You're not going to see very many of these O-Pee-Chees for sale. They're very hard to come across, much lower print run, but even the 1998 Topps is very condition sensitive, only 79 PSA 10s out of 962 graded. That gives it an 8.2% gem rate. That's really low for a typical Topps paper-based Jordan card. Normally it's much higher than that. I've got it pulled up here. It's really hard to find. The last one that sold was in July 31st. It sold for $510. I picked mine up for $276. That's almost half value. As far as I'm concerned, that's a pretty good pickup. It's just really hard to find these cards. It was $260, $212, $1,400, that's not it. $270, $256 is probably on the number. Somebody probably reached on this $510 if I had to be. If I had to guess. So 276 is about right on the number. 260 before that, 212, 270. So I probably got it for about what I needed to get it for, but it's Pop 79, so you just don't see these every day, believe it or not. They don't come to market, but it's a nice one to check off the list so I can put my Jordan Topps player run on, keep that going. And then the really weird card, the card that really just stuck out to me, and it called to me. It literally called to me. When I saw this label, I was like, what am I looking at? I have never seen a red Topps label, and I plead ignorance. I had no idea what the hell this card was, and I had to educate myself right when I saw it to make sure I wasn't seeing things. It's a red label. This is a 1980 Topps Bird Magic autograph buyback auto. So this was a 1980 Topps Bird Magic rookie card that was actually pulled from a pack. It was bought back by Topps, and then they got it signed by Magic and Bird. And as you can see, if you zoom in here, it's serial numbered, hand serial numbered 2 out of 10 right on Dr. J. So Dr. J didn't sign it, just Bird and Magic, but it is their rookie card, hand serial numbered 2 out of 10. Even the label, as you can see here, says this is number 2 out of 10. I think there's a blue, a red, a silver, and a gold. The red is serial numbered to 10. It's Bird Magic's rookie year. It's different than their just ordinary rookie year card, and I picked it up for under $5K, which I thought was a really good price. Believe it or not, BGS 7 is actually a very high grade for these cards. Most of these cards don't grade well because think about it. Number one, the 80 Topps didn't grade well to begin with. There's only like 27 PSA 10s, but it was disseminated, put into a pack, produced, put into a pack. First of all, they were off center as hell, as you can see this one is. Put into a pack, sent out. They bought it back from the consumer. Then they handed it to Bird Magic. They signed this thing in person somehow, some way. I don't know if it was through the mail or what. And then they put it back into a pack, and then they put it into a product that was released much after 1980. And so as you can imagine, these cards have been through the ringer. So to get a BGS 7 is actually one of the higher copies of this particular red autograph. The red really spoke to me. The blue, not as much because you got that light blue label out there for authentic altered, but the red is just eye-popping and weird. And it's a 10 grade for the autograph. So I thought it was a must-have for my collection. So I picked that up, went a little bit outside the box in the PWCC Weekly Auction number 36 and picked that card up. So back to our list. Again, I told you it was a short one, but there were some meaningful cards in here. 2 monster Jordan gems. They're huge pieces in my Jordan PC. A Pop 6 and a Pop 13 gem that you just don't see very often. The weirdo red buyback, which I think is just a really cool card. I'm having a little bit of regret since I recently sold my Bird Magic PSA 9. I might have to get another PSA 9 back because I sold it to a local collector here who begged me for it, and I gave it to him at a good price just because he's a friend of mine. But I'm thinking to myself, that's ridiculous. This 1980 Topps Bird Magic red buyback auto is now the oldest card I have in my collection. How embarrassing is that? So I jumped from 1980 to the 1985 Nike promo MJ card. So that's the oldest card that I have in my collection. I sold my Wilt rookie. I sold my Kareem rookie. I never did get that Bill Russell rookie. I don't have the Mike and rookie yet. I sold my Doc rookie. So this is the oldest card that I have in my collection. It was released after 1980, but theoretically the card was produced and manufactured in 1980. So still the oldest card in my collection. Anyway, let me know what you think, guys. Did I miss anything? Was there anything I left out? Pretty happy to add those 4 to my collection. This is a pretty interesting mail day. Jordan, Magic, Bird, Doc. That's 4 pretty serious goats. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I always appreciate your time. I don't take any of you for granted. Thank you for the kind comments, but I appreciate you guys watching. Please keep collecting. Stay positive in the hobby, and peace.